Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
And good night.
We are still in the country of the rising sun, and I love it. Yeah, yep. I love it.
We are in Japan. We've had such an amazing time. I was talking to Steve this morning about how when you're in a different country, you really adapt to it, and you notice the cool things about the culture, and you kind of dive all in. You forget that you're not like everybody else.
No.
You know, we taught for thousands of people yesterday, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're kind of the odd men out here.
We and especially me, because I'm 1.95 meters, 6'5". So when I walk in Japan, I see the people just they look at me and they go like, "There's a giant coming over here."
What is that guy?
We not fitting in sometimes feels okay, and it can be fine, and you just realize we're actually all the same. Is that a chewing gum?
Yeah, would you like one?
Yeah, I would love one, but first we're going to do the best sound in the world.
It sounds different in Japan.
It sounds different. Listen. Wait. Oh, that was...
It explodes.
It explodes. Why?
Yeah.
Why
it's not a...
No, it's...
Yeah, it's a...
You got one too.
I know. I have to get this to a gum consistency first.
Anyway, welcome to the Fun Row Podcast. It's me, Steve, actually.
And it's me, Kass.
And you can not only listen to us, you can also watch us and hear this again.
Mine wasn't as much of an explosion.
No, that was...
Yours got a little more tousled in my bag, maybe.
Still good. Anyway, welcome to the Fun Row. Today we're going to talk... The Fun Row Podcast is a podcast all about fun little tricks and tips to enjoy life more, enjoy life with confidence. We've been traveling the world as fitness presenters, and we've been there a lot, we've seen it, but...
Been there, done that.
Been there, done that. But, of course, there's a lot of tricks that we would love to share with you guys. And today we were actually talking about... And I'm so sorry, I'm a little bit under the weather, so that's why I sound so masculine. Because normally I sound...
So feminine.
So feminine. So now I sound a little bit more masculine, and people who are watching our video...
You could be a baritone bass. Hit the lowest note that you can do. Lower. One more. That's animal-like. It's like a tiger growl.
What is the podcast of today about?
Today, we are going to talk about how... We talk all about confidence. I mean, confidence is such a key thing in life because it is the action from like what you believe about yourself and what you believe you can do or you hope you can do. Confidence gets those thoughts from inside out into actual tangible things. You're actually doing it. You can get lost between like, oh, I would really like to do that, and actually doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So many different thoughts and emotions come in between there that get you lost, get you stuck, get you insecure.
Yeah.
Confidence is what you need to take those little seeds of hope and dream and put them into actual action.
We truly believe, and I'm sure you've heard it many times before on other podcasts of ours, that the confidence is a keystone to any building. You know, you have those bridges, and the top stone or the middle stone is like that keystone. Take that away and it just collapses. And we believe that confidence is something that is a keystone for anything that you want to achieve in life. Whether it's your relationship, it's a new job, it is financially, just having that confidence. And I think you and I are the true examples of confidence beats competence.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say. Because we throw ourselves in projects and we do new things and we go like, and of course with two it's easier. And maybe it's not a bad idea to find a person who can join you along the ride,
help boost you up and build you up, and you do the same for them.
Yeah, and we build each other up, and we have that confidence that, okay, I'm not alone, so if I fail, which is going to be fine, it won't feel as bad as
It's
I'm
a
gonna
shared
fail.
failure.
It's a shared
It's
fail.
like you're
'Cause-
jumping in together and you're having to learn how to swim,
Yeah.
being tied to somebody.
Because the reason why we're here today is because we had a lot of failures in our life.
Yeah.
But we keep going. There's
Yeah.
no difference because you guys are gonna have failures and you guys are gonna have stops. And also something we wanted to talk about today is the subject addiction.
No, it's next podcast.
Oh, that's the next one.
Yeah, 2 different topics.
Oh yeah. We just wrote them down and I'm confusing them all. Sorry.
When you look at confidence, I think that people sometimes they put a label on themselves that I'm just not confident. But it does not matter if you are social and like a really outgoing personality,
Yeah.
or if you're more of an introvert. Confidence is something completely different because you can have very quiet people who are very, very confident. You can have very loud people who are not confident at
And
all.
we see a lot of those.
And sometimes it's almost like peacocking, where when the men peacocks are trying to attract attention of the girls,
Yeah.
they show their feathers and they get big and cocky. But something that was brought to my attention was a colleague of mine. When I first started working with Zumba Fitness, I had never done really anything. I did a high school dance team, and I danced a little bit in college at the junior college or the state college, and then was married and having babies. I was good at taking care of babies and making babies. So she told me yesterday, she said, I remember meeting you so clearly.
Really?
And I said, really? And she goes, yeah, you walked in like with balls. You walked in and you said, I am here. That's just the feeling that you got, like, I am here, I'm ready to work. And I thought that was such an interesting observation.
So how many years was that ago?
That was 2010, that's 9 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, that's when I first was auditioning for the DVDs.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is that I was so out of my comfort zone. I was in a city and like Miami, there's a lot of parts of Miami that you go that no one is speaking English to you. So I felt like I was almost in a foreign country.
Yeah.
I felt like I was in a totally different part of the United States, and I was going for something that I knew I did not have the skill set for. I am the first one to say, hey, I don't have the skill set for this, but it is just that belief. Like, the least I can do for myself is go for it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff you can learn.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I jump into projects and I go like, okay, I hope they're going to give me at least 2 weeks, the time for me to learn what I got to do. But I'm sure in 2 weeks, I'll be able to do it. If other people can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
And there are skills that you cannot learn. And I'm very aware of what I cannot learn. So I better have it.
Yeah.
So there's...
What would be something you think that would be in that?
Well, it's all the... That's a new word I learned from you. Tangible? No.
Tangible.
All the untangible things.
It's like you can't...
Passion. Confidence. These are things that you need to work on and work on and work on. But for me, I remember growing up and going as a chef, and I had to go and work in a restaurant. And I was like, oh my God, I did not want to learn it. I did not want to have the confidence. And when we had a team of 10, and this guy is going to do the desserts, and this guy and there was always one who had to do the dishes. And I was happy to do it.
Yeah, you didn't want to even be. So
I know that there's, if you want to go for something, there has to be that little bit of passion, that little bit of, I want this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, nothing happens.
Yeah.
So if you're stuck in a project that you don't really want, forget about listening to confidence, forget about everything else.
Was it from, I'm raising my hand. Was it from a lack of belief in yourself or a lack of interest? Like, where do you think it went? Yeah.
I hated it. Hated it.
Yeah, it's really hard. If you don't have the interest in learning it, it does not matter what everything else in the world doesn't really matter. It's like I'm not even gonna try.
There are so many people that situation
Yeah.
where they're stuck in a job where no interest, stuck in a relationship
Yeah. You
where
just
they
become
found,
indifferent.
and then years later it's just dead. It's completely dead.
Yeah.
There's no more. How
You
do
don't
you
have
say?
like a flame to.
Yeah, there's
to-
no path. There's no
Yeah.
future in it. You don't look forward to another day,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
growing, to get better. And people need to learn to step out of that. Need to
Yeah.
learn to take the risk. I mean, they're too scared, but too scared of doing anything better. It doesn't get worse than that.
Yeah, totally.
So if
I
you're
mean,
stuck
are
in
you
a
more scared of you're going in one direction, regardless if you want to admit this to you, you're either progressing
yeah,
or you're degressing. So, okay, if you're too scared to try, that means that like you're going in one direction no matter what. So why
Yeah.
not
yeah,
have that belief in yourself like, okay, I'm going to at least try and at least
Yeah.
learn. You know, when I look at you when you cut, you might not have an interest in being a chef for a job, but the way that you cut with such precision and you hold like, and you can do it
Yeah.
blind and you can cut so perfectly. Any skill, but it's because you practice it. I have not practiced it.
yeah,
And confidence is the exact same way. You have to practice confidence
yeah,
in order to have it. And it's almost like a tiny little layer at a time. And then it has a strong foundation.
yeah. We know that you'll never learn. You will never not know how to ride a bike once you know to ride a
Yes.
bike. And because it's something physical, we know that the muscles, the brain, we have to practice it. Okay, practice how to bike, practice how to bike. All of a sudden you can do it, and from that moment you got it.
Yeah.
It's the same with mental and emotional things.
Yes.
But people cannot see a result right away. It's like
Yeah.
you're sitting on a bike and you can take a picture of you on a bike.
And you travel. You can
practice
see
it,
yourself traveling from one block to the next, or you go into
Yeah.
the driveway and out. You know.
So it's a very visible thing, and
Yes.
when people cannot see it visible, they don't want to train it.
Yeah.
It's like, there's no result. I don't see something right away. I don't see a progression from putting your foot on the pedal. Then a week later, you can paddle a little bit.
Yeah.
They don't see any progression, but it's all happening between your ears.
And it makes the biggest difference on every other physical
Yeah.
thing in life.
Yeah, yeah,
The mental skills. We mentally learning to look for the good in situations, and it's not being blind and being like, oh, you know, everything is just rose-colored glasses. The truth is,
Yeah.
there are good and bad in every single
Yeah.
situation.
yeah,
But you have to train yourself on what you are looking at.
yeah,
You can say, yes, this is not ideal, but this also is happening and these things are positive.
yeah,
And when you're practicing your confidence, start with small steps.
yeah. And that's the cool thing. That's why we have this 5-day challenge
Yeah.
online. So people saying, yeah, how do I start? What do I do? It's actually very simple. We can challenge you guys because we have a 5-day challenge. So all you got to do is go on our website, kassandsteve.com. You will see there's a link there that says 5-day challenge. It's absolutely free.
Yep.
You just download it the way you download this podcast. And every single day, you listen to it. It's about 10 minutes every single day.
Yeah.
So it's like a podcast, but you watch, you download it, and we give you a challenge for every single day, a physical challenge
Yeah.
and a mental challenge. So if you're stuck and you go like, oh, where do I start? And they can keep talking about, you got to do this and that and that and that. I need steps. Tell me what
Yeah.
to do today. Tell me what to do tomorrow. Well, we've done it for you in a 5-day challenge, and that's fantastic.
And when you think about confidence as being the moving force to get you from the hopes you have inside that maybe you don't even dare to share with somebody to actually getting those dreams and reaching those goals, confidence is the thing that will push you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's something that you will have to practice day in, day out. And then you learn confidence in a new skill. And then you're practicing confidence in the other skill. But practicing a belief in yourself could not be more beneficial for your life it's the most beneficial thing that you can do for yourself
Yeah.
is building a confident belief in yourself that
Yeah.
you can try new things,
Yeah.
and that even if it doesn't go exactly as you planned, so what?
Yeah.
It
I can give you an example of a moment where I had to be so confident, and I thought, okay, now I can choose being confident and I will get success, or not confident and get nothing.
yes.
And it was a moment in 99,
20
20 years ago. Yeah,
Oh my god.
20 years ago, when
I was 9 years old then.
they told me
I'm
that
just kidding.
when they told me I had to compete in, they didn't tell me, but somebody said you should do Mr. Belgium. And I remember I said, I don't know if I want to do it, but I registered. I partied like from Friday to Saturday night. Saturday morning, go, oh, that's right. And I went straight from the party to that competition. And it's like 250 these beautiful men models with their book of pictures. And I'm just there in a white t-shirt, jeans, smelling of smoke, of partying all night, just standing there with nothing in my hands. Not a book, not a picture. And I said, okay, turn around, go home, get some sleep, and forget about it.
Yeah.
But the rest of my life, I'm going to wonder.
Yeah, would
So,
I have done it or
yeah,
not? Would I
would
have
I've done
made it?
But when I do it, I better have the confidence.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to do it. And we had to do the interview, and there were 8 judges sitting there, and you go one by one in for a 5-minute interview, and I'm sitting down, and I said, okay, put up this smile. And I'm looking at the judges, and they were talking about languages, and I spoke my English and German and French and Flemish, and then
I'm sure you were so impressive.
and then they say, and what about dancing? I said, okay.
Oh yeah.
And I pointed at the dance teacher. I said, come over here. And she stood up, and I started dancing with her. I will never forget that. And then we made it to the...
She's like, I like you, but you kind of smell.
Yeah. What's that smoky smell?
You can always smell like this?
And then we went from 200 to 50, and then I said, oh my God, I'm still here.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the 50, and there was another guy who was very similar like me, and we're standing in the toilets, and we're putting these drops on our eyes to make our eyes white. And I look at him and I go like, same thing for you. And he said, oh yeah, give me some.
Yeah.
So he was partying all night, and we both made it to the top 20. And from the 20, I made it to the top 10, and then I made it to the top 5. And then I was like, oh my God, from all these people, I made it to the 5. And it's not because I thought they think I was Mr. Handsome, but it was just pure that confidence.
Yeah.
I was like, I can do this. And we went on a holiday, and it was a fantastic time. I had so much fun.
You know, yesterday we were talking to one of the organizers here, and we were talking about her energy. Her energy is so calm, so serene, so like zen. Mm-hmm. And she said, yeah, I actually went and I just recently had my aura read. And they said it was white.
All white, nursing.
Yeah, it was just like someone to take care of you. Like, she will take care of you. And, you know, when I think of confidence is also something that you can feel from somebody. And confidence and arrogance could not be further from the feeling. You might walk in the room the same way, and instantly the feeling of someone who is arrogant, who I think is actually trying to fake confidence.
Oh, yeah.
And
you can feel it right away.
Yeah. And somebody who is confident, it's almost just like, it's not that you know everything. It's that you know you can try. You know you are willing to try. You are willing to fail. But if you don't try, you will never know.
No.
That confidence that you show when you did Mr. Belgium.
Oh, my God.
The people
that
are
is
coming
so weird.
To wash our windows right now, and we're just going to be staring at them.
Let's wave at them. So we're going to show you that. So here we are, the people, and they're washing our windows while we are recording our podcast. You got to wave. Wave.
There we go.
Anyway, this is the perfect time to end this podcast. So thank you so much for listening. We're waving goodbye to
Yep.
the window washers. They're going one level down. Oh, they're not going yet.
They're right at eye level.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day, guys.
Thank you. Don't forget to rate our podcast.
Yeah, rate and download. We appreciate you guys. Let us know what your favorite things are and what topics you want to talk about. Bye now.
Bye.
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 Bye.